What's Golden Universe? You already know what it is. TBD Podcast with your boy Reg over here.
Hey, boy, Jamaal, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
It's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? We had to, life happens.
Yeah.
Life happens. But as you can see, the shirts are officially in. The shirts are officially in. Uh so y'all know what to do. Either DM Jamal at TBD underscore free Gilly or underscore or not underscore or dreams in motion um on IG for me. You can also uh hit us on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Church.
Yeah.
Um yeah. So you already know what it is, TBD podcast support. Yeah, I mean you look good. It looks good on you,
Oh,
bro. I
thank
I,
you.
I
Thank you.
like
Yours look
that.
good too,
You
you
know what I'm
know?
saying? You know what I mean? Shout out to my man. Hold on. Uh my mind just went blank. I'll have to shout him out later on in the show, the one that did the shirts for me. Uh I forgot his name off rip. My fault, my fault. But I'll get it at the end. But yeah, he made the shirts. So shout out to him. I'll plug you at the end. But we'll jump into it. It's been what, about 2 weeks? Two
Yeah.
weeks. We were gonna try to do a draft one, but some things happened. But anyway, so we're gonna do a little quick recap of the draft, NFL draft that went on. Personally, it went how I thought it was gonna go. Well, at least the first four picks. I thought the
Okay.
first four picks were set in stone with Lawrence going to the Jaguars, Wilson going to the Jets, um, us getting Lance, 49ers getting Lance at 3, and then Kyle Pitts at 4 to the Falcons. Did you see anything with the top four?
Yeah, I didn't see Trey Lance going to you guys. Or well, I really thought the guy from Alabama, I thought he would have went at
Oh, Mac
least
Jones.
yeah, Matt Jones. I was thinking maybe two, and then or maybe to you guys at
Mhm.
three. But then I mean, it's kind of sucks for him because he was there waiting and his name
Hey,
didn't get called till later on in the draft, which is why I would never personally go to the draft if I was
right.
able to.
Unless
I mean,
you're gonna be drafted in
yeah.
the top 5. Yeah, I
Well,
agree with that.
like Trevor, he knew he was going number one and he was just down in South Carolina chilling, like, yeah.
Chilling. Yeah, just chilling.
But
Um,
yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a little surprising that he didn't go in that top spot, but I'll trade, like everybody was saying, it was kind of a toss up between those guys anyway. So it wasn't that big of a deal with the first four.
yeah. I had a feeling we weren't gonna go with Mac Jones. It just didn't, like I had said on the previous podcast. It just didn't make sense to give away all that just to jump up to grab Mac Jones
Yeah, I'll give you that.
when he would have probably fell to us at, I think we were drafting at 12 before we did the trade. Um, that's us though. The Niners always keep everything tight to the vest. I I'm still trying to figure out who came up with this whole, yeah, the Niners are going to draft Mac Jones now because he's at 3. And it took a life of its own. That's how I had a feeling it tr- wasn't going to be him, because everywhere you looked at, it was Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones, Mac Jones. It was just like,
We get into these, we get into a little bit later when we talk about Aaron Rodgers.
mhm,
But these NFL insiders and reporters, they could really just be making stuff up and
mhm.
throwing it at a wall
Yeah,
and hoping that it sticks, and then somehow another story would develop or something like that. So nobody really knows what the team is doing until the team does what it
just with
does.
them. Yeah, I agree. I will say I think both are in perfect situations. I think Mac Jones in New England is a perfect fit for him, and I
Yeah.
think Trey Lance with us is a perfect fit. Um, One, I think the draft that really threw me off was the Bengals drafting Jamar Chase, the wide receiver from LSU. I thought they would have gotten the offensive tackle from Oregon, Penel Sewell, I think that's how you say his name, that the Lions took, because I figure, you got a rookie quarterback that blew out his knee. You would think that they would get protection for him and then get weapons later on instead of getting a weapon. I don't know. I just feel like protect the quarterback first and then go get weapons because your offensive line isn't that great. But I get why they drafted Jamar Chase
Yeah,
because he played with Burrow and they have that connection. I just feel like I feel like I just would have went to get the offensive line to protect the backside of Burrow because he is your franchise quarterback right now. But
I
I
wasn't
get
upset
it.
about it though. I actually liked it better than picking the offensive lineman, and
Okay.
here's why:
Mhm.
because you want to surround your young quarterback with weapons to give him more opportunities to throw to.
True.
Later on in the draft, you could pick up an offensive lineman, or you could always uh, trade for offensive lineman or sign one off a free agent. But getting a generational talent connection, you
Mhm.
can't beat that. And I think that's the main thing about it. It was like Chase is already going to be a generational talent for us. He already has a relationship connection with the quarterback that we have with Burrow right now. We can build from that, and I think that's what it was looking for.
Right.
As far as later on in the draft, drafting a lineman to protect. So I wasn't too shocked about it. I understood it, but hey, get you. They did need to get you some protection
W-
for him though
Yeah.
because he got robbed.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely did. Of course, we'll set up the background on this. So we're watching the draft, and I'm texting Gilly. I'm like, yeah, man, we got Trey Lance. I was geek, da da da. And I'm like, hey, y'all are draft. I think y'all are drafting at. Where were y'all at first? 15,
Yeah,
15 or
we,
so,
we was like something like that.
something like
We were
that. And so I hit him. I was like, so you gonna stay up for the draft? Man, I'm too old. I'm going to bed after I see the Panthers
exactly.
draft. I'm sitting like, what? I'm like, okay. And then, which I think was the move of the night, me personally, is the Bears trading with the Giants to move up to. I think y'all moved up to what did y'all move up to? 11? Was it 11, 10, 10 or
Yeah,
11?
11th.
11. And y'all
11th. We
and
moved
y'all
up to 11.
and y'all finally got a quarterback.
Yes.
Finally got a quarterback in Justin Fields, which I think is like I say, I think that was the move of the draft going up and them figuring out. Well, we effed up. We effed up a couple of years ago when we let Patrick Mahomes go. We let Deshaun Watson go. Um, as a Bears fan, how does it feel to finally have a quarterback?
Well, I text you. It's like we finally have a quarterback. McMahon didn't do it. Harbaugh didn't do it. Cutler didn't do it. Rex Grossman didn't do it. Uh, who's a Nick Foles didn't do it.
Mitchell
Trubisky
Trubisky,
didn't do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Papa Bear didn't do it. Any other quarterback who we ever had didn't do it for us.
Right.
We just did. We always relied on our defense. But now that we got a quarterback, this at least somewhat decent. I don't even know. He's better than decent, but he's just a
Right.
rookie right now. But he's better. Him and his rookie state is better than any other quarterback
Nah,
that
I
we ever
agree.
had in
Yeah.
our history. So
Nah,
I'm excited about what we did. I'm glad we did it.
yeah.
Nagy needed this because if it doesn't work this year, him and the OC coordinator, they're
Oh
both
yeah.
going.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
They
Definitely.
needed to make this move, and I'm glad ownership finally. I think it's a part of the major problem too. Finally has relaxed the reins a little bit,
Right.
not been so uptight. So I'm happy.
Nah, I agree. Nah, I was hyped for you. I was very very hyped for you that y'all
And the
finally
best part
got your
is this is
quarterback.
a move that no one saw coming. Like no
No.
one saw the
Yeah.
Bears
No.
drafting up,
No.
trading up to get Fields. Nobody had that on the radar.
Oh no. I was shocked. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I wonder if he went to sleep or not.
No, I was up. I was up.
Yeah.
I was up.
That was yeah. No. I like I said, I think that was the move of the draft that they went up and they got who they wanted to get, and who knows where he would have went to.
Yeah.
I don't know where he was gonna go after that, but no, I'm geeked. I'm happy that y'all finally got y'all's quarterback. Uh, now y'all can
Super
not
Bowl,
worry
baby.
about I wouldn't go that far. Playoffs, playoffs, yes.
What we was almost in the playoff hunt with Nick Foles and
True.
Trubisky as our quarterback. We
That's
add
true.
Nick Foles to it. Come on, and
Yeah,
we added some players around him.
Yeah,
later
yeah,
on in the draft. So
yeah, yeah. No, no, I agree. I think y'all are definitely y'all definitely showing the NFC or the NFC North now because Aaron Rodgers isn't there. We'll get into Aaron Rodgers later, but Aaron Rodgers might not be there, so y'all definitely should be winning the NFC North now. Um, Overall though, for y'all's picks, how do you think y'all did as for Bears with y'all's picks this year?
we did good. I like the late round addition of the receiver out of North Carolina, Dez. I like him.
Newsome? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we picked up the running back in like the 6th round from Virginia Tech. That was good.
yeah,
And we picked up 2 additional offensive linemen, which was
yeah, yeah.
very great. Only issue that I did have was I really wanted us to get a better secondary player, like a better corner. I
Hmm.
think we drafted one in like the 8th or 10th round. We drafted a corner.
Yeah,
I wish we
Thomas
would have
Graham
drafted.
Jr.
Yeah, I wish we would have drafted a little bit sooner for a corner.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think we did well. Justin Fields, they could have not drafted anybody else for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I already know.
And
I
just get
already
Justin
know.
Fields would have been enough. We've been satisfying enough. But we did address those other issues,
Right,
especially the receivers. We
right.
needed more players to throw the ball to. So, and,
I
and
agree.
especially with Allen Robinson, I think we franchised him. So who knows if he's going to be back next year or not? So we need to go ahead and start filling those holes for
Yeah.
us. But yeah, how about you guys? How about the Niners?
Yeah, I think we did what we were supposed to do. Of course, we got our quarterback of the future that we needed. We got our offensive line. We got some guards. I think a lot of people were talking about Sermon, the running back from Ohio State, was a what's the word that they were using? Was a stretch? Was a reach? But I don't think people really understand Kyle Shanahan's offense like that. Kyle Shanahan likes big backs, quick backs. Um, so I think Trey Sermon's gonna surprise a lot of people. I was geeked about the safety that we got from USC, and we filled some corners. We filled some areas with in our secondary. Like I said, I think we're prone. I think we're primed to get back to the Super Bowl, if not the NFC Championship. I think we'll win the
Okay.
NFC. I think we'll win the NFC West. Um, I don't know. I think just because how last year went with us, a lot of people kind of have us written off in a way. But it's like people fail to realize like we were injury riddled like the whole like I mean what week 1, like week 1 we started out with Nick Bosa. I think it was Thomas that went out. And then week 2 was Bosa, and then we just had injury problems the rest of the season, and we still were a top 10 defense. So I mean, I think we'll be good. I really hope. I think Trey Lance is going to start sooner than people think.
Yeah, that was my question. On I think it's October on October 30. Yeah, October
Yeah, it's
31st.
Halloween. It's Halloween. Yep.
On
Haha.
Halloween.
To my gammas, that's the year my line crossed. So I just got to shout that out, but real quick, new gamma side. But yeah, yeah, October 31st. You already know.
And so on October 31st, who will be your quarterback?
I think I
Was
think it's
he?
gonna I think it's gonna be Trey Lance. I think Trey
And I
Lance is
think I think ours will be Justin Fields. I
yeah.
think ours will be Justin
Well, y'all have no choice. Y'all have no choice. Chicago has no choice but to have Justin Fields starting quarterback at least by week
Fields. I
three.
mean, we can,
At least by week 3. Because I don't think who did y'all got Dalton. Andy, the red-headed Andy Dalton. I think the first game he'll be fine. I think he'll be good the first game, but um I think game 2 he's going to be kind of shaky, and I think Chicago fans are going to get upset and they're going to want to put him in and they're going to get the pressure. I think Justin Fields is going to start by week 3. I think Trey Lance is probably going to start by like week 3 or 4 too. I just don't see you drafting a quarterback that high and then not playing them at all. So, but I think by the time we play you guys on the 31st of October, I think both rookie quarterbacks are going to be playing. We're playing.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Um, so yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. A lot of people keep coming up with this whole excuse. Not excuse. I get it. Trey Lance only played what they said 17 games or
Something like
something like
that.
that. Um, but it doesn't matter when you get to the NFL, the game changes completely different. Rather you play a 4-year starter or not a 4-year starter, the speed of the game is drastically different, and you gotta get used to it. So I think he's gonna be fine. I'm excited because Kyle Shanahan finally got his quarterback. So yeah, I'm geeked, man. I don't know how we're gonna pull this off, but we definitely gotta be together on October 31st.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We definitely gotta be together on October 31st to watch this game. Um, y'all
Oh,
schedule. What's up? Go
one
ahead.
thing, real quick, the only thing that I did not like about the 49ers move was they didn't call Jimmy G and let them know they was drafting a quarterback.
No,
Drafting
they
someone
no, they did. We did. We let him know. We let him know. Yeah. We let
Cause
it.
that was a rumor, like I know the Bears called the All in Delta that night, like we're gonna go get him.
Yeah.
So, and there was like no controversy about who's this or nothing like that. So, but
No,
okay,
no.
if y'all
Yeah,
called him,
no,
y'all
no.
called him. Okay, y'all let him.
Yeah. They were in contact with him 24/7, letting him know what was going on. And Jimmy G was even accepted. He understood it. He was like, I get it. Um, and I'm just gonna keep being a good quarterback, or not good, you know what I mean? I'm still gonna do my job. I'm not gonna be, you know, an ass to this guy. I'm gonna, bring him along or whatever, but it's still his job. At the end of the day, it's still Jimmy G's job. It's just we know Trey Lance is Trey Lance is the future at the end of the day. Um, how do you like your schedule for your Bears? How's your schedule?
I like our schedule.
Yeah.
We have a winnable schedule, and so yeah, I like it. We got 2 Monday night games. One against the Steelers and one against the Vikings,
Hmm.
both home and away. So, uh, so I like our schedule. Like I said, I always like the Bears don't have a hard schedule,
Hmm.
especially towards the well. I don't like our end of the game schedule, like towards the middle pack. I don't, because it's Green Bay and in Chicago. I don't really like doing that. In Minnesota, I don't really like those games because they're cold and outside. But schedule.
Right. Um, a little with us. Our schedule is pretty good. I think it's a winnable schedule. Of course, we're always. I don't know. I feel like they always give us a top heavy schedule at the beginning. Um, um, Still frozen. I'm still frozen. Yeah. Hold Um, for us, for our schedule, I think it's winnable. I don't see any. I mean, of course, conference games are always tough. Um, I don't see too many teams. I think we'll have a winning record this year. I'm not too busy worried about anybody. I know Halloween night's gonna be different. Well, it's a day game, so I'm not too worried about playing y'all. Now, if it was a night game, I'd be a lot worried, but that being during the day. But we are coming off of a short week because we have
Yeah.
I think that's a Monday night game we have the following week against the Colts, or the week before. Um, but I like our schedule. It's not too crazy. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we're there at the end. That's all I want to say. Hopefully we're there at the end. Whether it's a wild card or not a wild card, as long as we're in the playoffs.
I I actually take my minds back. I am worried. I'm worried. Look at this murderous road teams we had to go through back to back. We
Hmm.
played the Packers,
Hmm.
the Bucks, the
Mm.
Niners,
Ooh.
the Steelers, the Ravens, and then we get a break in Detroit. And then we play the Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, Seahawks, Giants, and Vikings again. I'm a little worried because those are some tough games right
Yeah,
behind each other.
that is.
I ain't worried. Those are some tough games right behind each other. So,
I don't think we have
ugh.
any for us. We really looking at the schedule. We really don't have no like tough like. There's no teams like I'm like, oh my god, like what are we gonna do? Um, like I said, of course, conference games. I mean, like I still feel like the NFC West is still the toughest conference in the
Yeah, I'll give you
in,
that. I'll
in
give
the
you that.
NFL. So besides them, I mean, we got the Lions week 1. That should be a dub. Eagles week 2. That should be a dub. Green Bay comes to us. That should be a W. Of course, then we got Seattle, Arizona. Then we got a bye. The Colts come to us. Then we go to you guys. I'm not worrying about I mean, I'm not saying I'm not worrying about the Cardinals, but I mean that's a conference game. Cardinals, Rams conference game. Then we got Jacksonville. Vikings come to us. Conference game. Then we go to the Bengals. Atlanta comes to us. We go to Tennessee. Houston comes to us, and then
See,
that's it.
I think you're not giving the Cardinals enough
No, no, no,
though.
no. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
this would be D Hop and Kyle Murray.
No. I wasn't saying not worrying about them. I'm saying it's a conference game. I'm always worried about conference games. It don't even matter whether.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to our conference, I'm always worried about conference games. Rather, it's the Rams cannot have Matthew Stafford and have a bum quarterback. It's still going to be a tough game. Same thing with the Cardinals. I mean, and the Seahawks. It's always going to be a struggle or a fight when it comes to
No.
playing them in the conference. I was saying outside of the conference, there's nobody that's really that we're really worried about. I mean, like I say, Chicago, when we go to Chicago, just because it's a road game and it's on a short week on Halloween, so you already know it's gonna be cold as shit in Chicago. Um, but other than that, I mean, I'm not too worried. I think we can go at least 10-5, 9
I
and
figure
6.
out why we play the Buccaneers this year.
Because y'all are
I don't know why we playing the Bucks this year.
because are y'all playing? Y'all, what's your schedule? Do y'all got the Saints?
No, we don't got the Saints. We got you guys.
Yeah. So you don't. So who?
That's
So what's? Because with us, we got the NFC. See, we play
y'all got the
the
NFC North.
we got the NFC North and we got the AFC South, right? Because Jacksonville, yeah. The Bengals
we
are
got
in the
the
North.
NFC.
I didn't know the
No,
Bengals.
there's no.
But the Bengals just
We got
go ahead.
yeah, the Bengals might be our throwaway.
That might be our throwaway then.
We got the Bengals too.
Okay.
So no, the Bengals is in the AFC. That's the same division that has the Steelers, the Ravens.
That's the AFC
No,
North.
that in because we got that division too.
Okay.
So we got that division too.
Okay, so for us, the Bengals is just that you know what that is? For us, the Bengals is that 17th game. Since they're playing 17 games this year, the Bengals is our 17th game because we got the NFC North because we got the Vikings, the Bears, Green Bay, and Detroit. Those are all NFC North. And then the Eagles, which is a throwaway, I think, too, because that's the NFC East. But then we have the AFC South, which is the Colts, Jaguars. I don't know how they did the schedule. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's throwing me off because the Falcons is the NFC South.
Because we can play the Bengals and the Giants.
Yeah, see, we play the Bengals and then we play the Falcons.
I think you got to play.
Yeah,
play one from each division. Maybe that's what it is.
I think that's what they're doing.
You play one team
each division, and then you play a whole division. Because, like I said, we play all NFC North teams this year. We got the whole NFC North, and then we have the AFC South, but then we have, I think those might be the two throwaway games. Then that has to be the two throwaway games: the
This
Bengals and
this
the
whole
Falcons.
seven this whole 17-week schedule though.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
It's crazy though.
Yeah, I agree.
It,
I agree. I don't understand. And then you're still keeping four. And then you're still keeping four preseason games. You got to at least
yeah,
shorten the preseason game.
but
Um.
but that's money for you.
Yeah. 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 You already know that's all it's all about is revenue. That's all it's about. Real quick before we get to the go to our break and jump into the NBA. Aaron Rodgers thing. What's your take on the whole Aaron Rodgers situation?
Like we brought this up earlier. And Adam Scheffler came up and out and they just said it, admitted that he didn't have an inside source when he said that Aaron Rodgers wanted out. He just threw that at the wall. He
Right.
just said it randomly, and then people ran with it. I do believe there's tension,
Right.
but also I believe that he plays next year, and that's just that because there's always been tension.
Right.
So I believe he plays next year.
Um. I think you. I don't know because Aaron Rodgers hasn't came out and said anything. You know what I mean? He's thrown little subtle
Definitely.
hints. He's thrown subtle hints before the draft. You know, saying I don't know what my future holds and this, that, and the third. If it is true, um, I believe that Aaron Rodgers would sit out. He is very what's the word I'm looking for? The type of person that he holds word. He holds true to how he feels, to his beliefs. If he says he's ready to be out and he doesn't want to play, I believe he won't play. I believe he'll sit out a year. He's at that stage in his career where he's made enough money that you finding him isn't gonna isn't gonna hurt him one bit. Um, I think Green Bay deserves to apologize to him because I mean, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'd feel the same way too. You draft up, you first off, I get you a championship. I've been in the organization long enough. I'm not saying you have to listen to me, but me being your franchise quarterback, involve me on the situation of what you're doing. Hey, I think we're talking about drafting this quarterback. All right. Okay, then, and I'll put my 2 cents,
Well,
whether you like it or not. I still feel like
it's
when
kind
you
of history repeating itself though,
no, and I was just about to say
because
that.
they didn't
Do that with
they,
Brett
they,
Favre.
they didn't they didn't tell Brett that they was drafting him,
Right, right,
and
right.
it's gonna and so they although they didn't jump up the
But they
draft
didn't. But they didn't
Aaron
jump
Rodgers
up.
like they jumped off the draft love.
Right. See,
But they did then tell him that hey, we're drafting your successor already.
right. But see,
But I don't even know if Jordan Love's gonna be their successor though,
I don't think
because
so
they came
either.
out 2 days ago. They came out and said that he what's his name that he's nowhere near. This is the GM coming out saying that he's nowhere. Gunther come out and said he's nowhere near ready to start yet.
Right.
And then today or maybe yesterday they signed Blake Bortles.
Right.
So I don't know what Green Bay is doing for their quarterback position, but like you said, Aaron Rodgers, if it's true,
Right.
because he hasn't said one way or
Right.
another, but if it's true, I do, and he doesn't want to play, he won't play.
I
But
agree.
hey, it is what it is,
I'll say
and
this.
I hope he doesn't play.
I know. As a Bears fan, you hope he don't play. Hope he leaves too. Um, I will say this real quick.
Hey, he can lead the division.
Right. Right. Leave the division. Do whatever as long as
Yep.
he ain't playing.
He can never play another NFL game for all I care.
That week.
Hey.
I will say this with the Brett Favre because a lot of people have brought up the Brett Favre, and just to play devil's advocate, and I don't even say devil's advocate. This is just my own opinion on with the Brett Favre situation. Yes, it's similar, but it's not because see, I don't think the reason it didn't happen the way of telling Brett Favre is because I don't think they didn't know Aaron Rodgers was going to slip that far in the draft. See, Aaron Rodgers slipped, so it was like, oh snap, Aaron Rodgers slipped all the way to us. Shit, he's the best. He's the best player on the board right now. Let's draft him. That's what I think happened with the Brett Favre situation. Like you said, it wasn't like they went up and said, "All right, we're drafting Aaron Rodgers." Aaron Rodgers slipped all the way to what? I mean, damn near the end of the first round to Green Bay, and I think Green Bay was sitting there that year was like, "Oh snap, he fell in our lap. All right, he's the best player on the board. Let's take him." I mean, you can't pass it up with the quarterback. You know what I mean? I think that's the situation with Brett Favre. That's why I feel like the Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers is a little different. But then again, it's still, hey, this is what we're doing. I like I say, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'd be hot. And then I show you that you shouldn't have drafted the quarterback because I went out and won the MVP the following year.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't know whoever makes the day-to-day decisions for Green Bay, because it's still owned by the town of Green Bay. The fans still own the team,
right,
technically, and they
right.
just have people in principle who run their day-to-day operations. Who's ever running their day-to-day operations, I think they just too smart for their own good, and I think they always are looking for the future instead of cherishing what they have right now, which is why you have Jordan Love, who come out and say he's not ready to play yet, but you went ahead and drafted him anyway. You jumped up to get him because you can tell that the tensions between you and Aaron Rodgers are dwindling, and you know that eventually Aaron Rodgers is going to have to leave. Eventually, he's going to retire.
Right.
So you get Jordan Love. That angers, upsets, frustrates Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers like, hey, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I've given you my all. And then now they got Blake Bortles on their team. So I'm really trying to figure out what are they doing.
Right.
But hey, neither one of them. Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. I was glad when Brett Favre left the division.
Well, he didn't really leave the division. Yeah, he just went to the Vikings.
He went to the Vikings, and I was like, okay, you can go. Okay, you can take your Oba to the Vikings. It's not Brett Favre, Green Bay, and Minnesota, Green Bay, and even the Jets. Brett Favre is totally different.
Right, I agree. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. We'll see. Oh, okay. Look, we gotta discuss. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna save that for the end of the show. I'm gonna do my hot take on something that happened this week.
Oh, I got a hot take too, and this can't wait till overtime. So,
all right, y'all go ahead, chill out, go run, do something real quick. We'll be right back. All right. What's Golden Universe? Here's a snippet of No F's Given by Raleigh artist Discreet.
Girl, what is you talking about? Are you even sure? Get the drama out your mouth or hit the door. We got a night to define, and I wanna start it off right. Girl, I think I'm too.
Golden Universe, we back at it. You already know it's TBD Podcast. Gilly's over there chilling. You see the T-shirt. Make sure y'all get the merch. You feel me? All right, NBA playoffs is right around the play-in is right around the corner. Then the playoffs we get. But we'll start with the play-in. The play-ins for the East, you got what? Number 7 Celtics. As of now, as of today, as of right now, Celtics is at 7. Hornets are at 8. Pacers are at 9, and the Wizards are at 10. For the West, the Lakers are at 7. Warriors are at 8. Grizz are at 9, and the Spurs are at 10. For y'all that don't understand how the play-in tournament goes, I'm going to give you a quick one. 7 and 8 plays. Whoever wins that is automatically the 7th seed. The 8 seed loses. The 8 seed plays the winner of the 9 and the 10. Whoever wins that is basically the 8 seed. Double elimination, pretty much. So basically, the 9-10 seed has to win 2 games in order to get the 8 seed, and the 7 or 8 seed pretty much just has to win 1 game. We'll start off in the East because I think the East I personally think the East is pretty much locked in, um, all the way through. I don't think anything. Well, I take that back. It really isn't locked in because I want to say 4, 5, and 6 in the East, which is the Hawks. As of now, it's the Hawks, the Heat, and the Knicks. And I'm pretty sure that can change one game. The Knicks can automatically jump to the 4, or the Heat can jump to the 4, and the Hawks can jump to the 6. But as we speak, it's the Sixers, Nets, Bucks, Hawks, Heat, Knicks. Um, and then I feel
I
like
tell you what, though,
go ahead.
I think the West Ham can drop
Who?
the Celtics. I think they can drop 2 games. I think they can lose their next 2 games. Now put them in that 9th seed, and I think they can actually lose that 9th seed game. Jaylen Brown's out for the rest of the season.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
So that really just leaves Tatum to do it by, I don't say do it by himself, but at least Tatum and the others.
Right.
Instead of the Tatum, Brown, and others. And although Kemba isn't necessarily an other, but he's been in and out of the lineup this whole year with knee injury. So
I was gonna say with
they're in
Kemba,
danger. The Celtics are in danger.
No, the Celtics. I do feel like the Celtics are in danger. I do feel like Kemba's freed up a little bit more now because Jaylen Brown is out for the season. So now he doesn't have to make sure he's getting his touches. Jaylen Brown's getting his touches. He can kind of go back to Kemba of Charlotte days. But I do agree. I think the Celtics are in hot water. I got the Hornets. I got the Hornets getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just feel like the Wizards are going to get in the playoffs. So I think the Hornets and the Wizards is going to round out the 7 and 8 seed in the East.
The Hornets are a lock because the Bulls lost the other night. So the Hornets are a lock. They can't drop down out of the playoffs because the Bulls lost the other night. So the Hornets are a lock. I think the Wizards do get that 10th spot. And I think the Wizards is a dangerous team.
Yeah.
If Bradley Beal is healthy, they're a dangerous team. They can make it to that
second round,
that 8th spot. If Bradley Beal is healthy. Yeah.
So with the play-ins, with the East and the play-ins, who you got coming out of the East and the play-ins? With
I have
who? Yeah. Who's gonna round out the last 2
I have
spots?
The last 2 spots. I have the Wizards and the Celtics.
Ooh. Okay.
Doing the last 2 spots. And the reason being is I think Charlotte is beatable. LaMelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, his wrist, he's been grabbing it. I've been watching games. He's been grabbing at his wrist throughout since he came back. And he's even said, or they even redid an MRI, he has a slight fracture in it. So I think he's more hurt than what he is. And I think with him being the way he's playing, like he went 1 for 9 the other night.
Right.
And so that means a lot of the load was on Terry Rozier. And yeah, Devontae Graham did come and give it up. But Devontae, he's in and out of lineup. He's in it, he's up and down. You never know what he's gonna get. And Rozier is just so tired of having to carry the whole team. If LaMelo Ball is hurt and he can't go, with Hayward being out, what's the name? Miles Bridges. Is it Miles? No, what's his name? I forgot.
Hayward?
I can't remember. I was getting Miles Bridges and I was getting Miles Bridges and Washington mixed up.
PJ Washington.
I think Miles Bridges is out with COVID right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, PJ Washington's out with COVID. He's out with COVID right now, so I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be back in time for the playoffs. The playoffs game, so that's another factor why I think the Hornets won't make it. Although, if everybody's healthy and everybody's good to go, they are the better team, and then I would give it to them.
Yeah.
But just because everybody's injured and you don't know what you get from Devontae,
right?
It's kind of hard. And Malik Monk too.
Yeah, we're not going to discuss Malik Monk. Lord have mercy.
Let me tell you about Malik. Let me get this little rant about Malik Monk. So there was a game last weeks ago. No, last week where Devontae was out, PJ was out, Bridges was out, Ball was out. And I was like, okay, so let me start Malik Monk.
Right.
He's the only other guard besides Rozier. This man put up a goose egg.
Wow.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Malik Monk,
And he was a scorer in
just
college
stick to
too.
the bench, man.
Yeah. He came out of high
Yes,
school
I
as a
don't know what's
scorer.
going on with him.
Yeah, I don't know. For me in the East, for the play-in that's rounding out, I would go Hornets just because I want to see LaMelo Ball. Because LaMelo Ball threw the best LaMelo LaMelo Ball threw the greatest pass, 3-quarter full court pass I have ever seen in my life watching basketball. Underhand, and it was on the money. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, it was just a pass. No, that pass is harder than what it looks. For him to underhand it smoothly too, like he didn't even hesitate. Like he just caught it and just underhanded to Bridges. Um, so I want the Hornets just because I want to see Lamelo in a playoff setting. Um, and I agree with you. I think the Wizards is going to make it, especially if Bradley Bill's healthy. Even if Bradley Bill isn't healthy right now, but I think Russell Westbrook will be able to get them into the playoffs, and then Bradley Beal can come, and then whatever happens can happen. Because listen, he's Mr. Russell. For everything people say about Russell Westbrook is Mr. Triple Double now. I don't care what anybody says. To average a triple double for 4 straight seasons and get 182 is freaking ridiculous. It is harder than what you think. The man was putting up ridiculous numbers, 24 assists
It's
with 20 rebounds. I get the game is different. I get it. But still, though, to average a triple double for 4 straight seasons is ridiculous. I don't care what anybody says. It's the
okay.
hardest thing to ever happen.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah.
This is where stats. This is the emphasis where numbers do lie.
Uh-huh.
You'll think with all those triple doubles, his team will be winning.
Oh, I got you.
But they don't.
No, but he.
But
When
hold
he
on, let me
averages
finish.
20 when he has a triple double though, when he has a triple double though, his teams. I'll put it this way: his team wins 75% of the games when they win. I get he hasn't won the
Right.
playoffs and everything,
However,
but
those wins,
mm-hmm.
and that's my point. Those wins don't carry over to the playoffs.
I agree.
He
with
hasn't
you
been
that.
out the first round yet.
Right.
He hasn't been out the first round. He's only been out the first round one time. That's when he played with Houston, and during that time, he didn't average triple double because James Harden had the ball in his hand.
No, it wasn't Houston. He did it with OKC too. Remember, they went to the finals that year. When KD and Harden.
Still,
and
I'm just
OKC.
saying,
I get it, but
they still haven't. Him averaging triple doubles. Hey, I give it to him. Hey, put up your triple doubles. Do what you do. You're balling out. But
no, I get it. No, I agree with you on that. But for you to average a triple double for 4 straight
Magic Johnson came out and said he does. Magic Johnson came out and said that Russ is doing something that he couldn't do. That's true, but I'd rather have Magic Johnson's career than Russell.
Well, of course. Well, yeah. Well, that ain't even. Yeah, that's common sense. I mean, I'd rather have Jason Kidd's career than Russell Westbrook's career right now. Yeah, of course.
I take it. Look, this one. I tell you who career I'd rather have.
Who?
And this is including playing career and coaching career. Steve Kerr. I'd rather have Steve Kerr come up.
Oh yeah.
Than Russell Westbrook's triple doubles.
No, I would too. But I still gotta give kudos because I don't think anybody is going to have. I don't think anybody's gonna be able to average. Somebody will come along because I hate when people say, "Oh, nobody's ever gonna do that." The only records I believe that will never be broken are Wilt Chamberlain records. Those are the only records I believe averaging 50 points a game with 30 rebounds. Yeah, those aren't ever gonna happen. That's just because Wilt Chamberlain was a giant.
Hey, here's the thing, though. What? Yeah, I'm not impressed by those numbers at all because
neither am I.
When you're physically just taller and bigger than everybody you play with, of course.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say those records will never be broken. Now with the triple double record that Russell got, I feel like it will be broken. It might not happen this decade, next decade. It might happen damn near 40 years, but it will get broken sooner or later. But for him to be able to do it and average a triple double, look, he never changed his game up. and he's averaging a triple double. And I get it. He's never been out the round. He's only been out the first round twice, all that. But to average a triple double goes a long way of saying something because it is hard. It's hard. Look, man, to average double digit assists. Now the rebounds and the scoring, I feel like is easy. Well, a lot easier than getting assists because with assists you got to rely on the other people scoring. You got to make sure they're scoring.
Well, first position though, a guard getting double-digit rebounds. A point guard, your point guard is getting more rebounds than your center.
Yeah. Well, but
So
you gotta realize this.
It
But
is
you gotta
tough,
realize
though.
the game
I
has
mean, your
changed
point
too.
guard.
The game has changed too, though. It's a positionless fucking league now. It's a positionless league. Who they say LeBron
You
James is
talk
a
about
point
that
guard.
position you want to.
They say LeBron James is a point guard. No, I'm
LeBron
sorry.
James is a point. He's a point
LeBron
forward. He's a point forward. He's
LeBron
a
James.
point guard in a forward's body.
He is.
And he does everything that both a point guard and a traditional forward do.
Okay, he's still a forward.
But
He's not a guard. He's a forward. But anywho,
the point he's a
anywho,
he's a point forward.
Anywho, my man averaged a triple double. I'm just gonna give him kudos. He has 182 triple doubles, the most in NBA history. Congratulations to him. You'll probably never win a ring, unless if later on in your career when you try to be like Charles Barkley and all them boys back in the day and Gary Payton and Karl Malone and all them. Sorry to mention your boy, the mailman. I know how you feel about him, but jumping from team to team to try to get a ring. So shout out to him. Anywho, now getting back, huh? So what now?
You want to move to the West? I think you want to move to the Western Conference.
Yeah. Real quick on the East. Do you think anything's going to change within the top three? We know 4, 5, and 6 can change by the end of the week, by the end of the weekend. Do you think the Sixers stay number 1 and the Nets stay 2?
Yeah, just for sheer rest purposes.
Okay.
I think the Nets will end up resting KD. They may bring Harden back just to get some rust off of him.
Well, yeah, he played last night. He played the other night. Harden did.
Yeah, if he played the other night, I don't see him playing. But I think they got like 2 more games.
Yeah, 2 games left. Yeah.
So I don't think one of those games he won't play in. One of those games Kyrie won't play in. James Harden may come back and play both of those games just to knock off some rust
right,
for a playoff game. But I think for that sheer purpose,
they're just going to
I think they think they can win. I don't think they need the number 1 seed. I don't think they feel they need the number 1 seed.
I agree.
So
I agree on that.
So that's something that they're fighting for. In the Sixers, Embiid is not even playing right now. So
right, I agree with that. With the West,
Ben Simmons is balling. So
Ben Simmons is balling. I will say that. With the West, I think the West is pretty much locked in. I don't think there's really any change that's going to happen within the last 2 games. Again, Lakers is a 7, Warriors 8, Grizz 9, Spurs 10, and then Jazz in this order. This is the order: Jazz, Suns, Clippers, Nuggets, Blazers, and then Mavs. And then Blazers and Mavs hold the tiebreaker over the Lakers for the 5 and 6 seed. For the play-in, I'm gonna say it. People might not like this. The Lakers will lose that first play-in game, but they'll win. They'll be the 8 seed.
I agree. I agree because they can beat the Grizzlies and the Spurs without LeBron.
Yeah,
playing. They can beat those teams with just AD. So they can do that. I agree with that.
Shit, hell, even if to be honest, and maybe I'm just being a homer because it's the Bay Area and it's NorCal. Even if LeBron and AD plays against the Warriors in the play-in, the way Steph Curry is playing right now and the way he has his boys, his team, the way he has his team having that confidence, I think in a 1-game scenario, Not in a 7-game series. Because if it's a 7-game series, we already know the Lakers are going to win. But in a 1-game scenario, I'd be scared of Steph Curry in a 1-game scenario. That's just I just feel like Steph is 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 playing the best ball that he's played in his career since he won his first MVP. Not the second one. The second one was just given to him. But that first one, I think Steph Curry is playing the best ball right now in his career. And I just don't think and I think Andrew Wiggins has finally caught on. Because Andrew Wiggins went for 38 the other night and Steph only had 22. I think Wiggins is starting to finally get his footing in and understanding. Not saying he's that great, he's a great player or whatever. I just feel like he's comfortable now. He don't have to worry about being that quote unquote the number one overall pick. He has to do everything. I think
Yeah.
now he's comfortable. He's playing defense now. I think Draymond is the perfect player for him to put that battery in his back to be like, look, man, you can be good. Play some D. Your offense will come. I think, like I said, when Steph Curry has that type of energy, everybody around them feels it, and they shoot the ball confident. They're not. You know how some players, for instance, LeBron James passes the ball and you miss the three. LeBron will have this scowl on his face, like, "What's going on? Why'd you miss it?" With Steph, I don't think they worry about it. Steph knows, hey, keep shooting because I know I'm going to get my shots up. Steph already knows he's getting his 11 threes a night with ease. Well, I wouldn't say with ease, but he makes it look easily. So I do believe that the Lakers, in a 1-game scenario, will lose to the Warriors. Which, if I was the Lakers personally, would be the best bet. That way, I play the Jazz as the 8 seed, and I have an easier chance getting to the finals or getting to the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference finals. Because I still don't think I don't think they're going to win the chip this year. That's just me personally.
You don't
That's,
think who's gonna win?
I don't think the Lakers are going to win
The
the
Lakers?
championship. Yeah, I don't think the Lakers are
Oh,
going to win
okay,
the chip
okay.
this year. I don't even think the Lakers are going to come out the West this year. To be honest with you, I just don't see it injury wise. Because
There wasn't there,
go
there
ahead.
was a point in time where I thought they were gonna come out. There was a
No,
point in time
yeah,
where I thought they were gonna come out.
I
There was a
never.
point. But now looking at it, looking at their sitting and the way they're playing, even if at full strength, I still don't think they can beat the top teams
Mm-hmm.
uh
Oh,
in the
now you
West.
saying it, huh? Oh, now
So
you saying it now, huh? Of course.
yeah, I still don't believe in the Jazz. So
Oh my
I still don't believe in the
God.
Jazz.
Okay. Okay.
I still don't believe in the Jazz. I don't care what their record is. I still don't believe in the Jazz.
I believe in the Jazz before I believe in the Suns.
No,
Wow, really? The Suns just
no.
got blown out, just lost the last 2 games. I believe in the Jazz before I believe in the Suns.
They're in the playoffs already. They're not fighting for anything.
Well, none of
They're
the
in the
top six.
playoffs.
Well, none of the top six is fighting for anything because they're already in.
But they can't. But isn't like if they lose, they're not going to drop down.
No, the
Like
Jazz.
they're not going to drop down to miss. They're still going to be either two or
Oh,
three
okay.
seed,
Right.
maybe
Right.
4 the most. So they're not too worried about it. They still get
Right.
the home court on their side for most of their playoffs, so they're not too worried about it. But I'm telling you, I've been trying to go. I'm still on this bandwagon. I'm still on Portland's bandwagon, and I'm on Denver's bandwagon. Portland and Denver are the 2 teams who I will be worried about in the playoffs, especially if I was the Jazz or the Clippers. So I'll be worried about right now. I'll be worried about this 4 and 5 teams. I'm not really worried. I'm not worried about the Mavs. Not worried about the Lakers. Not worried about the Warriors too much because Steph can have a bad night, and we found out that you can put a box of one on Steph, and he just doesn't know what to do. So we found that out last year about that.
I
The
think, but that
Grizzlies,
was
if they
last
make
year.
it, the
That was
Spurs, if they
last
make
year.
it, not really too about that.
That was last year. This is a whole new year.
Okay,
It's a whole different year.
okay, it's still. I mean, I don't know. They look. Steve Kerr and everyone on their coaching staff look like idiots. They couldn't figure out how to beat a boxing one. So,
Well, yeah, that last year. Yeah, I agree with you on
just
last year.
saying.
This year, I think that they figured that out. Now, look, I would agree. I agree with the Blazers. I think teams do need to worry about the Blazers because the Blazers are always a good team in the when it comes to the playoffs, and I never cut out Dame Dollar. The Nuggets, If Jamal Murray didn't get injured, if Jamal Murray didn't get injured, I would agree with you on that. But with Jamal Murray being out, I think that is a big hole. And listen, Austin Rivers is trash. Austin Rivers is garbage. Austin Rivers, the only listen, and I'm gonna be, and I'm not. Listen, listeners, I know y'all are probably like, "Yo, you're hating." No, the only reason why this man is in the league is because his last name is Rivers. That's the only reason why. I watched him play. I don't remember who they played a couple of nights ago. This man fell. This man couldn't make a layup. This man missed a wide open jump shot. He is just he's he is trash. This man is trash. I did not understand. I don't have no now I have faith in Jokic. I do like Michael Porter Jr. But I think Jamal Murray, I think they're really gonna miss Jamal Murray because they're gonna put too much on Jokic. And I don't think Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael Porter Jr. is ready yet to take on that in the playoffs. And he could prove me wrong. Like I said, I like Michael Porter Jr.'s game. I like everything about his game. 6'8", can pull up from anywhere. He has a sweet jumper, can get to the rack. But I think Jamal Murray, I think they're really going to miss Jamal Murray when the playoffs come. And again, Austin River is garbage.
Okay.
I don't understand why they signed him. But golly, I mean, I just don't get it
The
with
way
him.
you feel about Jamal Murray not being there, it's the same way I feel about Donovan Mitchell not being with for the Jazz. I don't see it working without him.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that.
I don't.
But
Not
see-
in playoffs. I don't see it.
But see, Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell's healthy. Just like you said with the Sixers and the Nets, they got it locked up. They'll probably rest players because they already got it locked up. I think Donovan Mitchell has been fine for the last 2.5 weeks, but because the Jazz had that cushion and they have been playing well, I think they've been saying, "Hey, Mike Conley Jr., you chill out. Donovan Mitchell, chill out. When we get to the playoffs, then we're a go." 'Cause I think he's fine now. I really do. I really believe. Now, the Lakers, on the other hand, I think LeBron James is still going to be hurt. I don't think he's going to be full 100%, and he's not. I don't think he's going to be in game shape. Um, AD just pulled his or AG just what did he do with his groin? He didn't pull it, but he aggravated his groin. I don't know what's. Oh, that's another player. Listen, I'm tired of people talking about AD being one of the greatest power forwards to ever play this game. Stop it. He is good. He's in this era. He's a top 25 player in this era yet. But please don't compare him to anybody else. He's not. The man doesn't know how to carry a team. Sorry. You can say he did a little bit in New Orleans. Yeah, in New Orleans. Yeah, because when he got drafted to New Orleans, he knew he was the guy. Him going to LA, I think he's so worried about LeBron. I wouldn't say worried about LeBron. I think he doesn't know how to still be that alpha male like he was in New Orleans. AD doesn't know how to carry a team. Because if AD knew how to carry a team,
Here's the thing about it though. Go ahead. I'll let you finish. Then I'll tell you.
The thing with AD, the reason why I say AD is one of the greatest players to ever play this game. For the simple fact, if AD was that great, the Lakers wouldn't be sitting in the 7th seed right now when he came back. The Lakers wouldn't have been sitting in the 7th. Even if he wasn't healthy, he still could have been a decoy. It could have still been distributed. And winning and somehow figuring out the great players figure out how to win the game when they can't score. Simple as that. And I feel like
all right,
go ahead.
Let's unpack this.
Okay.
One, you're absolutely right. 80 is not a top power forward in history. Matter of fact, I don't think he's a power forward. I think he's just a tall, small forward, for one. That's just me personally.
True.
Two, the reason why he's seemingly can't carry a team in LA because he never carried a team before, even in New Orleans. Only thing where he was in New Orleans was he was just the best player on a bad team. He didn't carry that team. He was just the best player on a bad team. Right. And now that he's in LA and the light is shining better, and it has nothing to do with LeBron. because he's still playing the exact same way.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just that he's just in LA and you're seeing his flaws more than when we saw
Right.
them in New Orleans.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. We're seeing his flaws more. And you're absolutely right. AD, he doesn't have the person. Even when he was at Kentucky, he didn't have that person. Kentucky. He didn't have that personality of dominating or being being the star on the team. He's more of, hey, we got all this in together, and we can just run this together. That was that mentality he's come from. So he's never going to be that dominated. I'm going to take over the game. You play through me, type of player, or the carry the team, put the team on my back to play. That's just not him. That's not his mentality. I think the Lakers have more flaws than just AD though.
Yeah. I agree.
Their point guard situation, Struder, Kuzma, what's the white guy with the ball head? Whatever his name is.
Caruso.
They don't have that good there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Caruso. I don't know why I wanted to call him Corso, but I knew it wasn't good. Caruso got him. Andre Drummond has not helped him.
Andre. I don't know. I don't know if Andre Drummond is. I don't know if Andre Drummond is lost right now because LeBron hasn't played since he's been there, and I think that's the reason why they got him, is because they have to play a different. They got to play a different style with LeBron not in the game. When LeBron's in the game, they play a completely different
his style didn't match.
I didn't think so neither.
His style didn't match LA's style of play anyway, because LeBron is so dominant with the ball, and Drummond needs the ball in the post to score.
Yeah.
And he can't do that with LeBron and AD both playing the way they play. That mix up their match. I'll tell you another player. That's why Paul Gasol, that's Marc Gasol.
Yeah.
That's why he had struggled in. That's why he's been struggling in LA. Yeah. Because his style of play doesn't match to what LeBron and AD likes to do. They can't spread the floor with Drummond or Gasol on court, and that takes away the rim protection, because AD's not known as a rim protector, so that hinders them on the defense.
Yeah,
it's all around. The Lakers has made some bad decisions team-wise because LeBron is a dominant player. And LeBron, you have to put the right people in the right positions to play around LeBron, or it just won't work. The team just won't work. That's just it.
No, I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I don't know where Andre Drummond's been since.
I have no clue. He's been lost. I don't know. I have no idea. Before we take a break, I just want to shout out, congratulations to the New York Knicks for locking in a playoff spot. You haven't touched the playoffs since I want to say it was 2012, if I'm not mistaken. So congrats to y'all New York Knicks fans. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made the playoffs. I'm geeked about that. It feels good for the Knicks. As a basketball fan, it feels good to see the New York Knicks relevant again. Shout out to Julius Randle, the All-Star. Like I said in the earlier podcast, sometimes all it takes is for you to be in the right situation with the right coach for your game to flourish, and you see that with Julius Randle. Also,
quote one of my favorite movies, Coming to America. This line in the movie: "Knicks stink." That's all I got to say.
And then I'll save that. I'll save that for hot take too. We're gonna be right back. Y'all figure out what y'all gonna do. We know what we about to do. We'll be right back. What's Golden Universe? Are you looking for a special gift to get somebody? Well, head over to Uniquely Dipped Chocolate on Facebook.com or Uniquely Dipped _ on IG and get your customized chocolate breakable hearts, chocolate covered cookies, chocolate covered cake pops, and chocolate covered strawberries, and many, many others. That is Uniquely Dipped Chocolate at Facebook.com and Uniquely Dipped Chocolate _ on IG. Yeah. Let's go to Universe. We back. Before we wrap it up, I don't know what I might call this segment rant segment, get off my chest segment. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. But I got 2 things that I just want to speak on. The first is Tim Tebow. Lord have mercy. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Tim Tebow's a good guy. Yeah, he might be a good guy, faithful guy, Christian guy, whatever. This man should not have a job in the NFL. Point blank. Period. As a player. Now, if he got into the coaching, got you. But as a player, Tim Tebow should not have a job for the simple fact the man hasn't played in 7 years. Now he wants to be. Now he's going to be a tight end because Urban Myers is the coach down there in Jacksonville. BS. If I was a rookie, not even a rookie, if I was a player trying to get a job that's 22, 23, I'd be highly upset that they're going to sign Tim Tebow as a tight end. For what? The man was horrible in football. Great college player. Great college player. Can't take nothing away from him. He killed it in Florida. I think he won 2 national championships and got a Heisman in Florida, University of Florida. Got it. But some people are just great in college and not great in the NFL. That is Tim Tebow. I'm sorry, he does not deserve to be on a 53-man roster. Secondly, I wonder if the Lakers feel like they should have never got rid of Brandon Ingram. Maybe they should have got rid of Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma really, if you look at him, he really hasn't done anything for the Lakers. Yeah, he might have a great game here and there, might show something time to time, but has he really done anything? I don't think so. I think they should have kept Ball, and I think they should have kept Ingram. Kyle Kuzma really isn't doing anything. I think maybe me personally, I think LeBron James said, "Hey, get rid of Ball and Ingram," because one, I think he felt threatened by Ingram, and I think he didn't like that Ball was going to have so much attention in LA. That's why he wanted Ball and Ingram to leave to New Orleans and keep Kuzma. Again, me personally, I would have got rid of Kuzma and kept Ingram. If you want to get rid of Ball, understood. You could have got rid of Ball. I would have got rid of Ball and Kuzma instead of Ball and Ingram. That's just my personal take on that. That is my rant or getting it off my chest for the day. Oh, and Austin Rivers sucked. That's just my. He's horrible. Austin Rivers is trash.
Okay, so here's the thing. Tim Tebow, my response is 2 words: white privilege.
Facts.
That's all that is. When it comes to the Lakers, though, that's an interesting. Kuzma, he must be one hell of a practice player.
Gotta be,
because they speak so highly of his. He must be like his practice game must be out of this world.
Fact.
And it just translates to the game day. But yeah, speaking of not translating to game day, so former Carolina Panthers quarterback Teddy Bridgewater was on some show. I can't.
Yeah.
On show, and they was talking about what do you think the Panthers need to do. This man said the Panthers need to practice on goal lines, on offensive scoring in the red zone.
Yeah,
and fourth down, both the third or fourth down, something like that.
Yeah.
He said they didn't practice, and everyone was like, "Wait, are you saying that y'all didn't practice red zone plays, scoring in the red zone?" He said, "No, we did not practice that while I was in Carolina." Mind you, this is the same. Now, mind you, Carolina came out and said before they got traded him, whatever, was like, well, Teddy struggles in the red zone, so that's one reason that was given to go away from him.
Right? Yeah.
My, how this world has turned. Now, some people say, okay, that's a little shady by him. Like, no. He was like, no, they said no, they don't. They did Matt Rule. We didn't practice red zone situations. It was like, well, and on the show, I was listening, everybody kept saying, wait, that's normally what Thursdays are normally geared towards practicing red zone situations where you know what you're doing.
Right.
Taylor was like, no, Carolina didn't do that, which is why Carolina Panthers will continue to suck.
Fact.
If they're not practicing scoring in the red zone,
That's
what
what
are they practicing?
fact. That
Yes.
yes.
I know it might be, teams might say, well, it was COVID the year, and they had limited
No.
practice. If you got a limited practice, scoring in the red zone is one thing that you might want to do. Like
Agreed.
bump everything else, bump lifting weights and all that. Let's make sure we can score the ball in the red zone.
Right.
And for the Carolina Panthers, not do that. For David Tapper to hire Matt Rule and whoever else, I forgot the what's his name, whoever that's the other governor, that hire these guys, and they like, hey, you know what? Practicing in the red zone? Who needs that? Like,
Right.
come on, Carolina.
Yeah.
But y'all will continue to suck. Sorry, Panthers fans, but hey.
Hey.
That was gonna be overtime, but I'm like, no, that don't even. No.
Yeah. No. I saw that. Yeah, I agree. I saw that too. I saw that. I think he was on what I can't remember what podcast. I can't remember. He was on there with Patrick Peterson and somebody else. But I saw that too. And he was like, yeah, we didn't practice it. I'm sitting here like, what? You didn't practice the red zone? Now it all makes sense why you struggled in the red zone, because you didn't practice it. Got it. Understood. Um, do you have anything are you gonna have anything for overtime? Will you have anything for overtime this week?
But that was it. But hold on, I want to.
No, he's scrolling through.
Hold on, I want to look this up. Hold on, I gotta look at it. Let me read the quote from Teddy Bridgewater. It says, "I'll just say this for Joe Brady's growth." That's the offensive coordinator. He says they'll have two practices. They'll have two practice. Let me read. I'll just say this for Joe Brady's growth. They'll have to practice different things in different ways. That's what he said. All things covered. CBS. But one thing we didn't do much. When I was there, Matthew was only there for 1 year, one season.
Year, right.
We didn't practice 2-minute drills, and we didn't practice red zone. 2-minute drills and red zone is what football is built around.
Fact.
How you not practice those two situations?
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's what overtime was going to be about, but I might still talk about it, but come on, Carolina.
Yeah, come on, Carolina. You got to do better.
We can't.
That's why y'all ain't gonna. That's why y'all are never gonna win anything if y'all can't practice the 2-minute drill, or overtime, or not overtime, but
David Tapper to stop trying to build
red zone
out these Charlotte soccer club, wherever the soccer team is, and get his boys in line over there in Carolina.
We.
So
that's crazy. Sad. Well,
but yeah, man, that's it for me.
Well, y'all, that's it for this episode of TBD Podcast. Real quick, I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Single mothers too. Same thing with fathers that take care of their daughters. That the mother isn't around. Happy, Mother's Day to y'all too. But happy Mother's Day to all.
We do more Mother's Day songs too. I'm tired of hearing Tupac.
Dear Mama, you are appreciated.
Sometimes, because everybody be singing too. And even when you a crack fiend, your mom wasn't no crack fiend. So why you can't relate to that song? I hate every Mother's Day. But people be blasting too, but like that's not your mama. You didn't have that relationship with your mama.
Right. It was your mama wasn't that.
Your mama ain't never whooped you in your life. So what are you talking about?
Yo, that's it, yo. Hey, again, merches is out. TBD Podcast shirts are out. Like I said earlier, go to TBD _ free
Hit us up, man.
For the shirts. DM Dreams in Motion.
Get us up with these shirts.
Buy
the shirts
on IG. And you can also hit us up on Facebook, the TBD Facebook page, or you can directly DM us on Facebook too, messenger wise. Real quick, I do gotta shout out my man that I don't know why I just butchered everything he did. So let me shout him out for the shirt. Level Up Designs. Shout out to Level Up Designs for the shirts. So if y'all need some custom shirts made, y'all go hit him up. levelup.designs on IG. And his name is Said. My man Said. Shout out to my man Said. You can follow him on _hoops. I think that's how you say it. P00BS. For the shirts. Also shout out my man Nick Myers' album just dropped. It's on all platforms tomorrow. Name of the I know I'm a little behind. I should have had all this ready, but I wasn't expecting it. The Art of Nick Money is out. Like I say, it's on all streaming platforms this weekend. So make sure y'all check that out. Any shout outs? Anything you got to say?
Yeah, I got 2 shout outs. Well, I got to shout out one thing. Shout out to Capturing Destiny. You can find her on Instagram. She has the photo. She has a circular photo with the camera in it. Shout out to her. She has some good stuff coming up. If you need photography done. Also, we're gonna have guest spots coming soon.
Fact.
But Callie is gonna probably feel different than I feel about this. And hey, it is what it is. It's our show together. But if you ain't buy no shirt, you ain't gonna be no guest spot.
That
is it.
Hey,
and if you ain't buy no shirt, or okay, the shirts are what we selling them for $25 now, or whatever we selling for.
20. That's it. 20.
Yeah, and y'all have we lowered the price.
Hey, and y'all have $20 because ain't no gas right now. Ain't no gas in the state of North Carolina on the whole East Coast. So I know you got 20.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about the shirts. We're selling for like 35. People like, oh, I don't know about that. Although then go out and buy some Nike, so more than that. But hey, that's neither here or there. So we lowered the shirt price. But if you ain't buying a shirt, okay, I understand. Okay, money can be tight, like you buy a shirt. But we do get notifications when people like and respond to our stuff. When you tag us and stuff, say, hey, watch this or do this. If you're not even doing that,
right, back.
I don't think it'll be a good guess for us. Because then you just want your shine, and the shine isn't Callie's shine, it isn't my shine, it isn't your shine. The shine is the show itself. So
real.
That's what it is.
Back. Like I say, y'all make sure y'all get the shirt.
Buy the shirt.
You know what I'm saying? Get the shirt. Like he got something, man. He went off the camera, yo. Anywho, that's the show. We'll see y'all again next week. Yeah, next week. I don't know. It might be this weekend. Who knows? But anywho,
hold on. What's next week?
No, it's not Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, next week. Yeah. You know the wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Wedding anniversary is 27th, so I gotta.
Yeah, you gotta.
So y'all might not get a show the week of the 27th.
Yeah, you gotta figure out what you're getting and all that good stuff. Yeah, y'all be good. Peace.
7 years.
Peace.